All right, what's up guys? So today we have the ZGCine V99 V-Mount Battery. It's a 99 watt hour battery. This was sent to us back in, I think, February from this year. I didn't want to do a review right away because I've never played with it. You know, they reached out and said, hey, which was perfect timing because we were in the process of finishing the build for the FX3. We needed a V-mount, and you know, they reached out and they offered to send us this in collaboration for some content. And obviously I said yes, it's free gear. So now here we are a couple months later, about time. You know, I wanted to make sure that I had enough time to put this thing through our workload and the things that Andrew and I are doing, you know, on the regular basis for work, and make sure that the battery was gonna stand and not see how it's gonna perform in our environments and what we're gonna put it through, and make sure that was gonna work for us. So if I look down, it's because I wrote a couple things and I wanna make sure that I actually point these things out because they're important and a lot of you are gonna have questions. So hopefully what I wrote down of why this battery for us was good and what we, you know, noticed from using it helps you guys. So one of the first things is the size of it. Andrew and I have an FX3, and obviously the cameras are not big, so we didn't want to start adding a bunch of stuff and, you know, making the rig super bulky. So the dimensions for this battery, so you know that it is a compact battery, it's 4.3 inches wide, it's 3 inches tall, and then 2.2 inches in diameter. So the battery is not big. It's a pretty small battery, but it does pack a punch. You know, I think I've been able to use this thing shooting 4K out in the sun for at least 4 or 5 hours, and it's hold off. Obviously, if I'm not using it, I always power it off so I don't kill the battery, but it's withstand and it's perfect for a rig. So if you got like a Komodo, an FX3, even an FX6, the size of this battery is gonna be perfect. It's not extremely bulky. The build is actually good. Something that I was a little bit worried, you know, when you have a company that's not one of the big ones reaching out and they're making V-mount batteries, you know, people might say, oh, it feels cheap. This battery does not feel cheap at all. It's actually pretty sturdy and it's pretty strong, and I like it a lot. I'm actually pretty happy with how it performs and even how it looks. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but that's not really a performance thing, but you know, sometimes look also matters, and for me, I think it's a good looking battery, and I think it complements the rig as well. So input and output wise, so this battery has a D-tap, USB type A, USB type C output. You can use the USB-C to charge it with one of these guys. It comes with the battery. It's a 65 watt DC adapter, USB-C and type A. So it is a fast charger. I think it's probably taken about 2 hours to 3 hours to fully charge this battery with one of these guys. And it's pretty neat because if you guys used V-mounts before, you know, you're walking around with this massive charger that you got to plug into a wall, and it's bulky and it, you know, it takes space. And Andrew and I do a lot of run and gun stuff, so being able to just run around with one of these, plug it into a wall, USB-C cable to this guy, and just charge it, leave it charging, it's extremely helpful. So, you know, I don't have to waste too much space on the Pelican case, and it's actually pretty good. I actually use it to charge my phone too, so it's pretty neat. So one of the really good things about this battery, now stay with me, this is gonna be a couple things, so hopefully I don't bore you guys. So it has multiple circuit protections. So for those of you that care, that might be wondering, is there any type of protection for the battery to protect your gear and whatever's connected to it? It does, and I'm gonna read it to you right now. So they have overcurrent, overpower, over voltage, overcharge, short circuit, temperature protection, and reset protection within this battery. So yeah, super long, but just to make sure you're gonna be protected. I've never had any problems. As you guys see right here, I have the entire build running on the battery. The Adamus is running on the battery. The camera's also running on the battery. So I power everything through here. I've never had an issue. I've been out with this guy on extreme Florida heat. If you guys have never been down here to South Florida, it's hot, especially during the summer. So I've never had any overheating issues. So, you know, there is no problems there. I think the battery holds up pretty well. Another thing that I like about the battery is the LCD screen. Yeah, it's small, but it's kind of nice not having to be flipping the battery sideways, especially when you're using it and press a button. And if you're out in the sun, you might not even be able to see the bars. So you know, this is pretty cool. You get to just look at it. It tells you if it's 180. So you know exactly where you are. You know, sometimes those batteries, you got to press the button. It tells you, you know, 1 light or 2 lights. You might not know exactly what that means. This will tell you if it's down to 12%, 5%, 3%. So, you know, you'll be able to see that from the back of the battery. So that's pretty neat. I think it's cool that they included that in there. Like I said, this guy comes with the 65 watt AC adapter, and it comes with a USB-C and a USB Type A cable. So you'll find that in the box. You know, I already destroyed the box, so I'm not even gonna show it to you because there's no point. It doesn't even look good. So yeah, you know, special thank you to ZGCine for sending me this battery. I'm very grateful that you guys picked us to send this to. I think it was pretty cool. They didn't pay me to say any of these things. This is really my honest opinion and how I really feel about the battery. It's worked good. Andrew likes it, you know, so especially for our build, it was perfect. So it might be good for me and perfect for me. It might not be for you. You might need something bigger. They do have bigger batteries. So if you do need a bigger capacity battery, you can go to them. I think they have a 100 watt battery as well, the V100, which might be the next one that we try out. And they have the V-Mount battery plates as well. So I really recommend you guys check them out. If you're looking for a V-Mount, especially for a smaller rig, not something bulky, but yet has all the bells and whistles that you'll find in one of the higher end, most, you know, well known brands, this is a pretty good battery to check out. It's about $170, pretty cheap compared to all the other batteries that are out there, especially for a size like this. So I really recommend it. I think you guys should really check them out, and you know, thank you for watching.